Greetings, Capricorn and Capricorn rising. This is your Western forecast for November 2024. I always start with the new moon. The new moon is every 4 weeks. This one's in Scorpio and it's on November the 1st. So right there at the get-go of November, your attention is being drawn to Scorpio, which is 11 signs past Capricorn. This is a very favorable new moon. They've been very disruptive in recent months. But this new moon, new beginnings, new ventures, is trining or in harmony with Saturn. Saturn is actually the planet that rules Capricorn. Saturn is about stability, longevity, commitment, being more grounding. That new moon, solid with Saturn for everybody. For Capricorns, Capricorn rising, the new moon is focusing on the 11th house, being supported by Saturn. The 11th house can deal with friendships. Or expanding your social circle or networking. So you could be getting a lot of support. The 11th house deals with groups, teamwork, and organizations. So you might be more productive with that Saturn working with others. But the 11th house of friendships is also known as the sector of our hopes, our dreams, our wishes. So it's where we look to for the future and our long-range goals and aspirations. And the new moon is putting a major emphasis on all new goals, of future goals. And the Saturn brings in the structure and the discipline to establish it long term. So this is why it's good for everybody, but particularly for Capricorns and Capricorn rising. You could even be getting involved with a group. You could be getting more support from a friend. But Capricorn is always striving to succeed, climbing to the top of the mountain, because it's symbolized by the mountain goat, and to have the new moon in the 11th house of your goals in life, excellent with your ruling planet Saturn. You're going to be looking long-term, big picture, and with all the discipline and focus and patience to accomplish it. Now we also have Mercury's going retrograde, Mars is going retrograde, loving, creative Venus is moving into Capricorn. So there's still plenty to talk about. But before I do, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer. All right. That new moon, Scorpio give a lot of emotional intensity and passion, all or nothing consuming, but being structured and disciplined by Saturn to achieve your long-range goals. But Mercury is what you're thinking and planning and discussing. And Mercury is going retrograde December the 25th. But before we get to the retrograde, Mercury goes into Sagittarius November the 2nd. Retrogrades the 25th of November, goes direct, releasing all of that pent-up energies or confusions, bringing more clarity when it goes direct December the 15th. Remaining in Sagittarius until January the 8th. Sagittarius is the sign prior to Capricorn. It's called the 12th house sector or the shadow sector. And so there's everything you are thinking about, planning in that shadow sector, the 12th house. The positive could be doing a lot of introspection, doing a lot of reflecting on your past. Could also be bringing up a lot of unresolved issues that wants to be reviewed and resolved and looked at again. When it goes retrograde, on the 25th of November, it's when you might be having more muddled communications, relationships, friendships may be tested. You might be been feeling disconnected and lonely with that Mercury in the 12th. But very favorable if you just keep your focus on studying, researching, development. The Venus, let's talk about something less heavy, but that 12th house can be very introspective and bring in a lot of deep insight, but also working hard behind the scenes to develop these long-range goals. Venus, that planet of what we value, what we appreciate, what we love. Venus is creative, it's romantic. Venus once a year goes through all the signs, and on November the 11th, it goes into Capricorn until December the 6th. So it's moving into what we call your first house sector, whether you're rising sign or sun sign. So Venus in your sign, you're going to feel more sociable, more friendly. You may be feeling more attractive with Venus, or you're wanting to buy new clothes or have a nice makeover to feel more attractive. Venus is the power of attraction, and you could be feeling more sociable and attracting more friendships to you. It's good for love. And so I know you're building something behind the scenes, but that Venus in the first, you can still pull away and have a romantic social life. Could also be very favorable outside of socializing if this is a creative project. Now, Mars is this ambitious, assertive energies. Mars will be a 2-year cycle. Mars is going into fiery Leo, November the 3rd, retrograding December the 6th, remaining in Leo as it's going backwards through January the 6th. Now, at that point, the January, February into March, the Mars is retrograding back into the 7th house of partnerships, contracts, relationships. And with Mars, there could be a lot of activity to a lot of disagreements, like sorting things out, especially a lot of negotiations with contracts, partnerships. Now, the Mars, when it's in Leo, from November the 3rd till January the 6th, and before it goes retrograde, which slows things down and makes achieving your goals a lot more difficult, as it goes retrograde on December the 6th. So from November the 3rd to the very beginning of December, Mars is being ambitious, it's asserting itself, it's moving forwards in Leo, which is 8 signs past Capricorn. And the 8th house can be dealing with 2 major areas of life in general. One is financial. The 8th house can be dealing with taxes, insurance, finances, settlements, inheritance, negotiating business contracts. And with the Mars, there could be a lot of ambition and drive and activity around all these financial negotiations. Then when it goes retrograde, December the 6th to January the 6th, remaining still in Leo, is when you might be having more delays, frustrations, tensions with financial matters, especially with negotiations. Now, Jupiter is in Gemini in your 6th house of work and health matters. Jupiter is a 12-year cycle. entered into Gemini the last days of May. I talk about this every month, into June of 2025. Jupiter in the 6th can bring in weight gains if you're not exercising or paying attention, because Jupiter expands. But Jupiter is also very protective and healing of the body. Even if you gain 5 pounds, you're in a healthier state overall. But the 6th house also deals with your job. And Jupiter can be bringing more work opportunities. Or Jupiter is always seeking knowledge. So you could be learning how to start your own business or learn new job skills, which goes along with the new moon for November, looking at the long-range goals with career. And with Mars in Leo, could be a lot of negotiations with financial matters. Now, after the new moon on November the 1st, in your 11th of the future, 2 weeks later is the new full moon. There's always the new moon, you're planting seeds, new ideas, and 2 weeks later, the full moon. That's November the 15th. The full moon brings to light what things are working and not working of what you set into motion November the 1st. This full moon, November the 15th, is going to be in your 5th house. And it's going to be conjuncting Uranus. And so Uranus could be the shock, the unexpected, the breakthrough, the exciting. The full moon brings everything to light, brings everything to culmination. The 15th, 16th, 17th could be a very exciting, dramatic period. It's falling in your 5th house. The 5th house could be a number of things where there could be these exciting breakthroughs. 5th house is children. Some of you might be giving birth. Some of you might be conceiving or finally discussing about adoption or conceiving. That's the 5th house of children. It's the 5th house of romance and vacations and pleasures and parties, but especially romance. And here's Venus, the planet of love and romance, in Capricorn. So you're really attracting it to you November the 11th through December the 6th. So that November the 11th up through the full moon past the 15th, there could be more passion, more romance. Could be somebody new that comes in out of the blue from the Uranus. So the 5th house, children, love affairs, it also can deal with creative projects. So that you could be giving birth not to a baby, but to a new creative project. It's the 5th house also in business, deals with risk-taking and investing. And you might be getting a sudden opportunity to invest in a whole new direction. And one last thing, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. For Capricorn and Capricorn rising, this could have been, in some periods, very rough, because Pluto is about breaking down and transforming, endings and new beginnings, but it's trying to bring in a new birth. And Pluto is leaving Capricorn officially November the 19th, 2024. And for the next almost 19, 20 years, Pluto will be in Aquarius, and Aquarius is the second sign past Capricorn. So there's going to be all this powerful drive and change for making more money, which I'm sure is music to the ears of all Capricorns. So This is a big month, and you're really looking towards your future, but you got a lot of behind-the-scenes development and research and studying to get ready. So, I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go, that's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.